Hi, I'm Jessica Holmes, and tonight at the Winnipeg Comedy Festival, I am hosting the Middle Age Show. Nothing about that hurts my feelings. So let's start the show while I look for a new agent.
The Winnipeg Comedy Festival proudly presents The Middle Ages. And now your seemingly ageless host, Jessica Holmes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm Jessica Holmes. You can call me J-Ho. About myself, I am a mother of 2 and a wife of 1 so far. I'm a health nut. I'm training for a 1K, so go me. I'm on a cleanse right now where I'm off of white sugar and white flour and white men. Hello. Sorry. I'm just kidding. My husband hates when I joke like that. And he hates when I bring black guys into bed with us. So anyway, he needs to chill out. My feeling is that the older I get, the more entitled I feel. I'm 41 now, and I don't want to follow society's rules. Like, don't wear white after Labor Day. That's so stupid. Should be don't wear white after an enema, then. For middle-aged women, we have to make a choice when it comes to anti-aging solutions. Do we want to look old but normal, or ageless but weird? So the line is blurry between what's helping versus what's slowly turning you into Wayne Newton. And I personally, my pet peeve are too many lip injections when people get so many, and your lips shouldn't look like a memory foam pillow. Like if I touched your lips, it shouldn't stay in an indent like that for weeks. It's like with the Kardashians. I have a deaf friend who cannot lip read what they say. So, I think I could use another injection. Because even though I look dead here, you can still see signs of life here. To me, they look like ventriloquist dummies. And I'm just waiting for the day that Jeff Dunham guy pulls his hand out of them and says, "My greatest show yet." And then he folds the Kardashians back up and puts them back in his briefcase. Bye, Kardashians. But marriage does change over time. Are we married? Are some of us married? Some of us? Okay. Well, then just hold your spouse's hand through this one. Because my husband and I, like many of you, we had our kids, and there's that beautiful honeymoon phase where you're like, oh my God, look at our perfect baby. Everyone else's babies are so ugly, but look at our beautiful baby. My kids, though, they have adorable voices, and they sound sweet, even when they're saying painfully honest things. Mommy, when you're naked, you look like raw chicken. My little son put his hand on my arm and said, Mommy, can you just brush your teeth before finishing the story? I was snuggling my daughter the other day, and she reached up and rubbed my face and said, Mommy, your beard is so soft. My husband and I took these marital satisfaction surveys because you got to work on the marriage as the kids start to grow. And I did it with a bunch of my friends, but we decided we weren't going to show our husbands our answers. So we did it separately. And our surveys were like, oh, you know what? I want my husband to hold my hand more. I want him to look me in the eye while he draws me a bubble bath. I want him to make me a candle. And the husbands all filled out the forms on their own, and their results were unanimous. Touch my junk. Even if you don't touch it, just look at it. Acknowledge it. Poke it with a broom. Build a little Lego house around it. Sit down and watch season 2 of Homeland with it. Throw a dart at it. Just prove you know it exists. Thank you. Let's have a good show, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, here is a man who's aging like a fine wine, a fine box of wine. Please welcome the always classy David Pryde.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm sure most of you are familiar with the expression, if you love someone, let them go. Well, I'm in my 40s now and recently came to the decision that I love myself. So I let myself go. That's right. I'm looking out into the crowd. Some of you are right there with me. Good. That's some interesting side effects to getting old. Something I didn't see coming. Like I find since getting older, I find that the frequency of my MILF sightings has gone way up. And just, from here with the MILF, right? MILF being mothers I'd like fornication with. And no, it's strange. No, just because I am a parent, and so mothers are in my peer group. So just statistically, I'm gonna see more attractive ones, right? Like, I'm not trying to pursue them or anything like that. I'm just sort of admiring them from a distance, like sort of an abstract appreciation, right? The same way you might admire a BMX mountain bike, sort of nostalgically, like, oh yeah, I used to like to ride those. It's that's all. It's just, that's all it is. Yeah, for sure. I'm not going to jump on and try to pop a wheelie right there. I'm just not going to do that. Those days are over, right? Just the old banana seat's not what it used to be. Is what I'm saying. But yeah, it's troubling. No, but yeah. And I wouldn't want to get with them anyway, honestly, because I wouldn't want to expose them to the soft, doughy mass that I've become, right? Because when you're young, you can convince yourself you're a lean, mean sex machine. But now I know I'm just placid, flaccid, and full of antacid. That's all it is, yeah. That's right. I think women know this, too. That's why you never hear girls talk about DILFs. It just not come up, does it? It's just... Things, I'm starting to respond to things differently than I did when I was younger. Like, we adopted two little kittens from the vet, two little sister kittens, and they're spunky, and they're cuddly, and I just hate them, okay? It's just, no, yeah, if I was young, I would like them, but now they're just annoying, right? Because we already have kids, right? Just like kids. Actually, it's taught me something. Having kids and pets has taught me something about myself. It's taught me that I have a finite amount of love to give. Yeah, who knew? But it's true, though. I love my kids. I do anything for my kids. But when you're devoted to your kids, it really cuts down on your time to give a flying crap about two cats, okay? I can't do it. I can't multitask, My wife will be like, honey, did you feed the cats? Nope, I chose the kids. Yeah. Anyone here with dogs, I don't have to tell you that you can't feed chocolate to a dog, right? It's like poison for them. So you'd think it would be the same with cats, but nope. Yeah, that's right. Apparently that just gets you diarrhea on your bed. Apparently it's like, yeah. Which I was kind of asking for it. I kind of deserved it, so I had to give them their due. It was like, well played, Rasputin. Well played. You win this round. Even things that are supposed to make me happy now, they don't. Like Father's Day, that is a crappy holiday. I'm sorry. It just is. You can spot a crappy holiday by the fact when it rolls around, all the sales advertised are like in hardware stores. Like they're always pushing to, like, Home Depot will be leading the charge. At this Father's Day, your dad's gonna love this power drill. No, actually I won't. No, that is a chore you're reminding me of on my special day. It's like, what do you think? What I'm trying to say is any kid that gets me tools for Father's Day can expect a Christmas of school supplies. That's it. Yeah. Exactly. No, it's weird though. Even trying to find like cures for your everyday ailments, it just gets more complicated when you're older. That's a while back, I had a case of strep throat, and I went to a pharmacy to get some treatment for it. Pharmacist pointed me to a box on the shelf, said on it, treats laryngitis and sore throats, which sounds like it should have been perfect. The problem was, it was a suppository. In other words, it had to be inserted in the furthest possible orifice from where the problem needed fixing. I thought that was weird. I tried to explain to the guys, like, no, my voice is okay down there. I'm just, if anything, that's a little bit chatty. So yeah. So this pharmacist, he's like, oh, well, flatulence. Well, don't worry, we've got a pill for that. I had a pill for that. So basically, I could take oral medication to fix my nether regions, but to fix my throat, we had to drill up through the sewer. Apparently, we like our drugs to commute to work, I guess. It's just, heaven help you if you've got laryngitis and diarrhea, right? Because now you got to take 2 separate medications. They've got to storm the front and back doors, run to the opposite ends of the body. It must be very awkward for them because they must bump into each other halfway through. That's got to be an awkward conversation your meds are having. Just like, diarrhea, what are you doing here? Sorry, can't talk. That's why I'm here. Are we even going the right way? What's going on? And the nicotine patch wanders in there like, hey, do either of you guys know where the brain is? I just got dropped off at the elbow. I don't know where the hell I'm going. Somebody help me out here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And of course, then Viagra comes in there. Out of the way, I got a 30-minute window. Diarrhea, I'm following you. Guys, thanks so much. You've been great. Thank you very much.
Up next, Lori Gibbs is one funny mother when the Winnipeg Comedy Festival returns.
Our next performer is hot and flashy. Sorry, hot flashy. Actually, she's all of the above. Please welcome Lori Gibbs.
Thank you so much. Oh, sorry, take a minute. Take a minute, check it out. You're welcome. No, I have this body thanks to 2 boys, my children. I'm postpartum. They're 16 and 20, but... And it is puberty central at our house right now, you guys. Whew. It is bonerama all the time. And I believe in a healthy attitude towards sex. We celebrate the boner, Never shame the boner. Don't shame the boner. Maybe keep it in your rooms. That's a good guideline. But my younger son, he's very outspoken. He came directly to me one day and said, Mom, I've been masturbating and it feels great. And I said, that is terrific, honey. And I'm sure everybody on the train agrees. Later in the day, he came up to give me more details. Mom, what I do is, I lay in my bed in the morning and I put my penis between my thighs and I squeeze it. And it's awesome. Yes, and it's awesome. Wait, what is happening here? Is his deed half-baked? Is he not having a grand finale? He's not. I have to tell him. What kind of a mother would I be if I didn't tell him? Here, honey, here's a piñata. And never tell him about the candy. Never mention you should take a whack at it, maybe. So I told him very articulately, I said, honey, did you ever Do you know, like, if you can, like, I've heard. Because sometimes if you, like, keep going or whatever, it might get even better. I don't know. And then I ran away. And, and then I got a text from him a couple of weeks later. And I saved it. Because he's going to get married someday, right? And it said, Mom, I get so much candy when I play with my piñata. I said, that's great, honey. And he texted back, yes, I've been practicing in my room over Christmas. We are never going to have to stuff a stocking again. That is the best gift ever. Oh, God. You know, maybe I should be sad that my body is aging, but why? What are you going to do about it, right? Oh, yeah, let's see. What's more attractive to a man, a tube top or a woman with a sackload of confidence? The answer is confidence, you jerks. What am I missing out on? Oh, I can't shop at Victoria's Secret. Oh, no. Really? I find their bras are better used as scrunchies in my case anyway, you know? Maybe a handy place to keep my contact lenses at night. No, not me. I got my bras at Canadian Tire. That's right. Go in there, a couple of hubcaps and a fan belt from a Ford F-350, and I am good to go, people. But the things they want us to wear, how about Spanx? Any ladies wearing a Spanx in the audience right now? Yeah, hell no, boo. You are my people. My sisters are here. Do you know what a Spanx is, sir? Good. It is a small, angry, aggressive piece of fabric that women yank onto their bodies because it smooths out our junk. Because somewhere along the line, society decided that smooth junk was sexier than lumpy junk. I say no. And if you have never worn a Spanx and you are thinking about it, a word to the wise, don't do your hair and makeup first. They know. Because by the time you have finished UFC fighting your way into this elastic band from Hades, you will look at best like Alice Cooper on a bender. This is so much fun. I'm probably gonna like party afterwards because I know all the young comedians are like, Laura, you should party with us. I'm like, okay. But I don't really know what partying is. You do? I don't know. I'll tell you what my party is. What I'm gonna do when this is over is I'm gonna GPS fast food, and then I'm gonna go to the first drive-thru I can find. I'm gonna order a number 7, biggie size it. I don't even care if it's Wendy's. I am gonna take that back to my hotel room, eat that bag of grease on a dirty bedspread, and then I am off to bed. That's my party. That's my party. Yeah. And I understand a lot of you are looking at me quizzically. I wonder why she plays the piccolo before bed. That is... Well, you know what they say, like mother, like son. Thank you so much. I love you.
Erica Sigurdson marks the big 4-0 after the break.
They say it's rude to ask a woman her age, so I look it up on the internet. Please welcome 40-year-old Erica Sigurdson.
Before I turned 40, I always was mistaken for being younger. I just had that kind of face. It's gone, apparently. I don't know where my face went, but it's no longer... Like at 35, I'd be like, oh, I'm 35, and people are like, what? You look like you're 29. I'm like, oh, thanks. Now I'm like, I'm 40. And people are like, yes. You are aging appropriately. Nailed it. This is the age, I think 40 is when you first become tempted to lie about your age, right? And I promised myself I wouldn't do it. I'm not gonna lie about my age. Because nobody wins in that situation. I have a friend who's the same age as me. She's like, I tell people I'm 35. You look like a shitty 35-year-old. Why are you doing that? It's way too much sadness in your face for 35. So mean. If I was gonna lie about my age, I'd add years, right? Really impress people. People are like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 52. What? I know, I moisturize. What can I say? Like, I don't even think 40 is that big of a deal. It's like, okay. The only time 40 seems like a big deal is when you tell someone who's 20 that you're 40, and just the look in their, oh. Should you be out? Giving me their seat on the bus. I'm just kidding. I don't ride the bus. Gross. So mean. Like, a couple months ago after a show, this young kid comes up to me and he's like, I've always wanted to do stand-up comedy. How do you get into it? And I was like, well, just email the club. There's an amateur night. And he was like really shy about it. And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, no, seriously, email the club. Give him my name. It'll mean something. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, don't act like we're best friends. And he's like, yeah, or I'm the son you gave away. He mommed me. It hurt so bad. And he'll never do comedy in this country. Yeah. Yeah. But it really, like, it hit me hard. Like, I went away from that experience thinking, like, he's right, though. Now, I look at 20-year-old guys, and it's not like, oh, yeah, I could have had him. It's, I could have had him. But just the way people talk to women over 40, it's different. Any woman in here can attest to this. Between the ages of, like, 18 and 39, anytime you say, oh, I don't feel well today, people are like, oh, bet you're pregnant. Bet you got a baby, which is a really like personal and presumptuous thing. You're like, oh, my tummy's upset. They're like, oh, did somebody ejaculate inside of you? So personal. Now, if I say I'm not feeling well, people are like, oh, you probably have gout. I'm glad that I'm not single. I didn't turn 40 as a single woman. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, just probably a little flawed. But I would not know what to do if I became single suddenly. Because now people internet date. Now there's like all sorts of websites to go on. Like there's Plenty of Fish, and then like for your slutty friends, Tinder. And that, like, I have a friend, and she went on a Tinder date. They went for coffee at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They have a nice little date. They separate their ways. A couple hours later, she gets a text. She's a little excited. She's like, oh, maybe he wants to see me again. And no message, just a picture of his penis. Men, no one wants this. Please stop doing this. No one wants a picture of your penis. A penis is like your favorite band. You gotta see him live. Yeah. Right? Like, we get why you want pictures of us. We get that. You can work with us. Sometimes you can see an elbow and you're like, oh, that works. Because you're visual. Like, we're not visual. We're more pragmatic. It doesn't make any sense sending us a picture of your penis is like if I had an IKEA bookshelf in pieces and you just texted me a picture of an Allen key. Yeah, that would fit. Thank you very much, Winnipeg. You've been wonderful. Good night.
Coming up, Dom Paré is in the club when the Winnipeg Comedy Festival returns.
Let's face it, the world judges middle-aged men just as harshly as it judges middle-aged women. Sorry. Oh my God, I just peed a little. I'm sorry, that's the funniest joke in the whole show. Please welcome Dom Paré.
Hi. Let's talk about my girlfriend's butt. But she has like a big butt, you know. You ever notice how when girls have big butts, they can give it like nicknames? They can call it like apple bottom or ghetto booty. Well, my girlfriend's got like a hothouse tomato butt, like it's imported from somewhere. And don't get me wrong, I love it. She loves it. This is not a problem. The problem is that I also love just commercial hip hop, just the top 40 stuff. And I cannot bring her to the places that play that music now, because ever since Nicki Minaj and Kim Kardashian, that's the only body type these guys want now when they're super aggressive. They like big butts, they cannot lie, you know? Very honest about it. But if you don't know what I'm talking about any place you've ever been to, any bar or club where the songs all start with bing, 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 like there's an air siren to announce a song is inbound. Like, look out, songs, bing, bing, bing. Like, I knew there were gonna be songs here, you know? But I can't bring her there because it's like, it gets weird now. Because the guys that are there, they're like way more aggressive. Because we'll go together, we'll have fun, but I'll get a drink or I'll talk to friends or something. But the guys, they'll come up, they'll immediately hit on her, which is fine. Because at some point she'll like, oh, I have a boyfriend. And they'll be like, psst, where your boyfriend at? Where your boyfriend at? And she'll just point me out. And I'll walk over like, am I making a new friend? You know? They won't even shake my hand. They'll pull it back. They'll be like, psst, I could take your girl. I'm like, you can't say that in real life. You can say that in a song, sure, but you can't say that to my face. You're being rude, sir. That is rude. Because I get where this guy's coming from. He's like probably 21 or something, but he's still on that phase as a guy where like you think getting a good woman in your life, it's about having the right amount of objects, you know? Because when he's like, oh, I could take your girl, what he's really saying is like, oh, I make more money than you. I drive a better car than you. I could buy her drinks all night. But I've been with my girl for a long time. I don't think you have any idea how deep I'm in on this. I know my girlfriend's favorite vinaigrette, and I've called restaurants to make sure they have it. Step into my house. I will blow you away. I rub my girlfriend's tummy during PMS while pretending PMS doesn't exist. Step into my house. I listened to a story today that had no ending, no beginning, and no goddamn point. Step in. I'll still go to those clubs sometimes, like if I'm on the road or something. I went to a hip-hop club in Halifax. Let me repeat that. Hip-hop Halifax. I don't recommend it. But my friend, he lives there, and he was like, come on out. So I went out. But it just blew me away, because my buddy's so confident, you know? Like, it's weird, because I saw him walk over to a booth. It's 5 women sitting in a booth up against the wall. And he tried hitting on all of them at the exact same time. And that was not going well. not at all. Because they were angry. You know, their arms were crossed. They're getting that cut-eye look. And I was like, look, I have a girl. I have no dog in this fight, but I can still be a good friend. I can try to be a good wingman, maybe break the tension. So I walked over, and I thought I'd just say something funny to break the tension, help him out. And I walked over, and I said what I thought would be hilarious. I just went, hey, isn't it weird when guys come up and start talking to you out of nowhere? And the girls looked at me for a second, but the one in the middle, who was very attractive, she immediately said, you are too ugly to talk to us. Now look, I'm a comedian, all right? I was quick to reply. I was like, why would you say that? That hurt my feelings. It's very mean. It's not right. But she just repeated it. She went, too ugly to talk to us! And I just walked away. I was just shaking, just broken, you know? My buddy came up to me. He's like, well, that didn't work out for you. Well, it's East Coast. He's like, beep-a-deep-a-dee, whatever the heck he said. You know? But there was an age where that would have ruined my night, you know? That would have gotten into my ego. But the older I get, you know, I just took a breath, let it go, put some patience on it, thought about it. And then I walked over to the bouncer. I was like, hey, buddy, I don't want to make a big deal about this, but one of those girls just tried to sell me cocaine. He's like, which one? I was like, the really pretty one in the middle. And then I got to see him walk over, and he politely but firmly escorted them out. He's like, all right, ladies, your night is over. Get out. And as he was moving out, the one girl who was very mean to me, she was very vocal. She's like, why am I being kicked out? Why am I being kicked out? And I got behind the bouncer. I got on my tippy toes. I put my head over his shoulder, and I went, maybe it's because you're ugly on the inside. Thank you.
Someone once said, with age comes wisdom, and with aging parents comes nagging. Please welcome the worn-out Shazia Mirza.
Hello, everyone. It's really nice to be here. My name is Shazia Mirza, and I am from the Islamic Republic of Britain. Yeah, it's very nice to be here in Winnipeg. I recently got deported from Syria. They said I was too old to become a jihadi bride. My parents are getting on. Every time I go home, they look older and older. Something is always dropping out. Hair, teeth, kidney. And all they do is talk about death, how they want to be buried, what to do at the funeral, how much it's going to cost me. I think they're making a massive presumption I'm even going to be there. My mum has become less sociable as she's got older. She says, just wash me and bury me and don't make any sandwiches for anyone. Or just lay me out in the garden to be devoured by birds. No, Mum, how am I going to sell your house with a rotting corpse in the back garden? As my mother gets older, she gets more conservative. She now wears the burqa, mainly because she doesn't want to be seen with my dad. But they're no good at having fun, you know? They always say to me, this life is not for having fun. You'll have fun in the next life, in paradise, which is all well and good. But what happens if you get to the next life and God says, well, didn't you have fun in the last life? I left you DVDs, pornography, alcohol, sex. Those were the clues. I'm afraid in this life, it's all cottage cheese and jogging. I left you 3 billion men to have sex with. What were you doing? Helping my mum make chapatis. My parents, they don't have much to talk about anymore. When I go home, we try to watch TV, but it's difficult. I want to watch Sex in the City, and they want to talk about the afterlife. Maybe it's because Sarah Jessica Parker looks like a cadaver in a wig. Oh, it's like performing for my parents. Now, the older I get, the earlier I wake up. I wake up before the alarm. It's like my body's saying, Shazia, you're getting old, time is running out, get up and see the world. I wonder if it's for those of us that don't have children, it's our womb waking us up, saying, shouldn't you be awake at 7 a.m., making packed lunches, screaming at your husband and snorting cocaine? I think there's a lot of pressure on all women to look 12. I went to have Botox the other day, and the surgeon said to me, that's $8,000, please. I couldn't even look shocked.
Still to come, the master of sex, Derek Seguin, when the Winnipeg Comedy Festival returns.
This comic will never say he's over the hill because he's from Quebec and they don't have the letter H. Please welcome the hilarious and handsome Derek Seguin.
Salut Winnipeg! Everybody's good? Yeah. This is nice. The middle age is so good, right? I'm 42. What a great age, right? No, you're right. It's shit. Terrible age. I used to be able to bend down and pick things up when I dropped them. Not anymore. And if I try, I have to hold my breath. And then when I get up, I see like a pink and green spot and I need to lean on things. It's horrible. I used to have a wife, too. That happened. I have a girlfriend now, though. A girlfriend. And she was my first date after my marriage broke up. Right? My first date, and she became my girlfriend for the last 6 years. Right? I know. What an idiot. But no, I got a girlfriend. It's like I got released from prison and I broke back in like an idiot. Yeah, thanks. And here's the thing, she's a 45-year-old girlfriend. My girlfriend's 45. And yeah. Now here's the thing, this is a warning for some of you younger men. Listen to this, buddy. I think 45 is the sexual peak for women. I hope it's 45. I see if it's 46, I'm dead. Because 45 she have a libido like crazy. And it was our first overnight date, right? Our first overnight date we were gonna have, so I was super nervous and stressed. And then we ended up having sex 6 times. 6 times in one night. It's not funny. Do you know how thin the skin of a penis is? That is a lot of friction. The first time, I have to be honest, I hadn't had sex in a long time. So the first time was like a little bit like this. It was oops, sorry. So I owed her the second time, right? The second time I was fine with it. We did, and that was perfect. I lasted the appropriate amount of time, and we arrived together, if you know what I mean. And I gave her a kiss, and I got off, and as we do, we go into the bathroom and clean up a little bit. So I'm in there, I'm like, catch myself in the mirror, I'm like, hey, God, man, 2 times in 15 minutes. You're a stud. So now I walk back in with some confidence, right? I'm like, hey, that was hot, eh, honey? And she's like, yeah, let's go again. And I'm like stupid and confident. I'm like, yeah, let's go again. Third time, not nearly as fun as the second time. Third time, I see the baby toe on my left foot still hasn't straightened out. It's fucking ching. And I'm going, and it's not fun. I'm sweating on the outside. I see I'm sweating like crazy, but the inside of my mouth is drier than the desert. And like my teeth are all like, God. So finally, I finished. I didn't gently get off and go to the bathroom this time. I dismount her, see, and I ran to the bathroom. I'd be like sucking water out of the robinet. I don't feel good. But then again, I catch myself in the mirror and I'm like, tabarnak, 3 times in 1 hour? I high-five myself in the mirror. I'm like, you. So now I walk back in the room. I'm like, hey, honey, can you walk? And she's like, let's go again. See, the confidence went from here to here fast. What? What do you mean go again? See, you don't want to get a sandwich first? Something? The 5th time, I was just like, now you're just being mean. Am I being punked? See, do you have like twin sisters in the closet? What's happening? You've seen my equipment, they're just little balls. How much do you want them to produce in 1 day? They're the size of Tim Horton creamers, see. They're empty, I got nothing left in there but nut dust. Testicular cobwebs in there. The 6th time I was like, ben lolo tabarnak. This has gotta stop. So, but in my head, I'm like, I have 2 choices. I could either run away, which as you can see, I don't do a lot of running, or I could fake a stroke. You notice I didn't put as one of the choices was to say no, right? Because every man here knows we can't say no to sex. We can't. Because you know what? They'll remember that. That's why. So I had to say yes. It was terrible. We were doing it, just like, and she's like, is it good? And I'm like, oh my God, look, this is nice though. We're having our first. This is the first time I've ever bled from my penis before. It's a momentous occasion. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna come. A cloud of smoke came out of my dick. And then a little flag came out. Bang. That's it. Listen, Winnipeg, I love you very much. Thank you so much for having me. Have a great night.
That is our show. You guys, I want to say I hope you enjoyed it. I hope we put a smile on your face. And I hope this evening was a small glimmer of joy in your long, slow, painful descent to the grave. Good night. Thank you so much.